everyone, I'm Rackie, energy healer and spiritual teacher. I wasn't going to put up a video for this week because we've been preparing for the hurricane, and to be honest, I'm really exhausted and I still have a few things to do around the house. But I've been getting these messages that repeat over and over and really don't stop. So that tells me you guys need it. So here I am. This message will be a little bit different again. Is for starting right now, today, Friday, September 8th, and I will continue on for the rest of the next week, of the following week. And it's a special message for dealing with the hurricane. I'm not going to pull out a card because if I pull a card, chances are that I will get one of two messages. The message would either be everything is going to be all right, in some sort of wording to say that, or they will give you a message about a tool, a way for you to feel comfort or for you to feel safe. And so instead of pulling a card, I'll just explain quickly those two things. I'm going to give you the explanation of how everything is going to be all right. And I'm going to give you several tools to handle stress, worry, and fear during the hurricane. And for my viewers who are from all over the globe, as I am locally in Miami, but I also have several viewers all over the place, know that you can still watch this video. It will help you if you have family or friends here, if you're just concerned for our safety or for a future event that you may be involved in. And really, the information that I'm about to give is really good for other situations. You'll see. Okay, so first message. Everything is going to be all right. The angels have, I guess, they have access to knowing and understanding things in a way that we can't. So when they say everything is going to be all right, it is true, everything is going to be all right. But that doesn't necessarily mean that nothing bad's going to happen, or at least to our point of view. It doesn't mean that we won't get hurt, or that our family won't get hurt, or that our house won't be damaged. What it actually means is, even if your house gets damaged, even if your family or friends get hurt, or if you yourself get hurt, everything is going to be all right. And this includes death of a loved one, your own death. It includes just complete loss of everything. It includes living through traumas or traumatic events. They are able to see beyond the actual instance or the moment or the situation, and they're able to see how your soul needs to live through those events in order for it to grow and evolve. They know that if your loved one is passing, it's their time, it's that soul's time to evolve, to transcend. If you get hurt, that there's a lesson there that you need to learn from getting hurt. If you lose material things, there's a lesson behind losing material things. So that's what they mean by everything is all right. They are always with us, always trying to comfort us, always protecting us. And when they mean protection, I'm here to protect you, they really are protecting you. If you could think of the times that you almost got into a car accident, or you had a close call for something. So they'll protect you and keep you from harm. But if you're meant to live through something, they go into comforting. So they're here to always comfort us, guide us, and protect us. You're not alone, so don't feel lonely during this storm, and know that everything is going to be okay. So the second message that they'll most likely give, and that they're giving because that's what I'm hearing, is several tools that you can use to release fear, worry, and stress, and sadness, and so on during this hurricane. One of the first tools that I want to give to you is the tool of protection. And of course, these are energetic tools, material tools. I hope that you've all shuttered your homes, protected your homes, bought water, food. So you took care of the physical. Now I'm talking about the energy part of your being. So one of the things that you can do to protect your energy, like I said, you shuttered your home, you protected your home, your windows are covered. What do we do with this energy here? So one of the things that I really like to teach during my classes is the exercise of the bubble. And I know it might sound silly. Give it a try because it really, really does work. A lot of this energy stuff looks silly, sounds silly, and then you give it a try and then you're like, oh, wow, it works. So the bubble is really using your aura or sealing your aura. Our aura is just another name for the energy that emits. We are energy, but the energy is not only inside the physical body, it actually keeps going, emitting out of our bodies. And it's a layer of the aura that it's around about our arm's length. Sometimes it's a little bit wider, sometimes it's a little bit closer to us depending on how we are vibrating. But this aura is in charge of mainly protection, our health, and our personal space. It's our personal aura. The next layers of auras are less personal, as we really are all interconnected. So, but this one right here, the one at arm's length, is our personal space. So, for example, you felt this energy, for example, if you had a stranger come up and get real close to you. It just feels uncomfortable. And you might tell them, you're in my personal space. That is the energy that I'm talking about. That's actually energy that you're feeling. So we usually only let loved ones in, or people we know, or if a stranger, if you're meeting someone for the first time and you have to kiss hello as they're being introduced to you, it may feel a little awkward, and we only want them there for a really short time. A quick kiss, stand back. So that's the aura I'm talking about. So what we're basically doing is intending to seal off this energy, to seal it, to make it strong, to make it thick and powerful so that we are protected. So what we do is we use visualization to do this. So we visualize ourselves inside a bubble, and like I said, visualize the bubble becoming really strong, becoming really powerful. You can make it thick. For this instance, you can make it hurricane resistant. So you could get very creative with your bubble, get very visual, and just hold a big and strong intention. This is an exercise that I actually teach not for hurricanes, but to protect our energy from other people's energies, from crowded places. So people who suffer from social anxiety, you could give this a try. So if you're going into a restaurant, to a concert, to a crowded place, put your bubble on. That's what where people find the most relief. If you suffer from anxiety, panic attacks, try practicing this bubble. But during this hurricane too, you're gonna see yourself sealed in this hurricane-proof bubble. Teach your family to practice this bubble as well, because you don't want to do a bubble on someone else's energy unless they are your own children. If you can't teach your children to do this, then you would do that on your children. So everybody bubbles on. So, and that's something else that I use. Sometimes I just say bubble on and flick my fingers and I visualize the whole thing. You can actually start practicing it now. You don't have to wait for the actual hurricane, because the more you practice it, the better you get at it. You can also put a bubble on your home, or you could seal your house in a bubble. And all you have to do for that is intend it and visualize it. So you visualize your house in a big, clear bubble that is thick, strong, powerful, and so on, and hurricane proof. Something else to do for protection that is very powerful is prayer, of course. Prayer is when we talk to God, to the divine, to the universe. You know, prayer is very personal. So the only advice that I would give in prayer is to pray high vibrationally, meaning pray happy, calmed, at peace. Don't go into begging, going desperate, suffering. Why? Because these energies are low vibrational energies. They are energies of fear. That's my dog scratching our rug. So they're energies of fear, and when you are speaking to God, when you're communicating to God, to the angels, and so on, you want to do that high vibrational. They are loving beings. They're beings of love. So you want to, buddy. Thank you. So you want to connect with the energy of love. So then you yourself have to be vibrating love, peace, happiness. Let's talk about vibrating love, peace, happiness during a hurricane. So the next tool I have for you is to take deep breaths. And you're probably thinking, okay, that's also silly, and she's not giving us anything good. Give it a try if you've never tried doing breath work. You'll be in for a surprise, but only if you put in the time and work. And it does take practice, and this is something that you can start practicing now before the storm. So actually, my husband always says, don't tell people to take deep breaths, to take long and full breaths. So that's exactly what you want to do. Slow, long, and full breaths. So we're going to fill up our lungs or our diaphragm with air, and we're going to do it slowly. So we'll look, well, actually my breaths are very long, but it's as much as you can. Don't strain yourself. But what you want to do is calm the mind with your breath. So you would take a deep breath, a long, full breath. When you feel your lungs get full, you hold it for just a second and then slowly begin to release it. Slow. You would empty out your lungs, your diaphragm, and then go back to breathing in. Breathing in fully, holding it for a sec, and then releasing slowly. After, I already feel the effects of it. After just a couple or 3 breaths, you're going to start feeling the calm and the peace that comes with tuning in to your breath. And of course, if you're not feeling it yet, you keep doing it. There's something magical about the breath that it's able to calm our minds. What it's actually doing is putting us into the space of the gap. If you've heard that term before, there's a lot of spiritual gurus or spiritual writers that talk about the gap. The gap is the space where you want to reach in order to communicate with the divine. Like I said before, prayer is when we speak to the divine. The gap is when we hear the divine. So a lot of people practice meditation to reach the gap. Meditation is not the gap. Meditation is a practice that we do in order to reach the gap. And I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to go into that, but that would be another subject. But what I'm trying to say is your mind begins to feel calm. Your nerves begin to calm down. Your stress begins to disappear because you're reaching a space of peace, a state of peace, a state of love. That space where the divine is, or that state of being that the divine is. And in this space of calm, like I said, you can listen to divine guidance, but you will also experience the divine. So you experience peace, you experience love. So anytime that you begin to feel stress, worry, fear, notice it. Catch yourself feeling this way. Allow yourself to feel this way for a bit. These are your real emotions and you want to honor them. So you spend some time in this fear and then say, well, that's enough. I'm not going to stay here. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't help you at all to be feeling this fear, worry, or stress. So then you're going to begin taking a few deep breaths to calm the mind, to calm your spirit, to go into that state of peace and love. Something else that you can do is shake the energy off. So once again, it may sound silly, but if you're feeling worry, stress, and this actually also works for pain, by the way, but that's another subject, you can simply begin to sweep your energy, just run your hands and cleanse the energy off. Shake your arms, shake your hands around your body, and it begins to move that energy out of your energy field. A lot of the energy of stress and worry and fear begins to gather here on our chest. So make sure that you get the chest. The arms and the hands, energetically speaking, belong to the energy of the chest, the heart chakra. So shaking the hands off, you'll notice that releases a lot of stress, worry, fear. Once again, give it a try. Don't knock it till you try it, and see how that works out for you. So these are things that you can do before the hurricane if you're worrying, stressing right now, during the hurricane, when things get heavy and intense, when the winds get stronger, when you start to hear noises coming from outside, things falling and things like that. Another great powerful tool is being in the present moment. Now, a lot of people don't know what that means. It's called grounding, being present, and basically what it is that right now, actually exactly right now, nothing bad is happening, or nothing really is happening. If I just look around standing, and I come to the realization that right now, nothing is happening. Right now, I am safe. That is coming into the present moment. So a lot of times we're worrying and we're stressing for things that have not even happened yet, for something that does not even exist. And that's really a waste of energy. You are actually running your body, especially hormones, the organs, through situations and events that have not even occurred yet. So you're putting a lot of stress in your body. It's definitely not needed. And like I mentioned before, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't fix anything. You don't need that. So coming into the present moment and realizing right now, nothing is happening. I may hear sounds outside. It sounds crazy out there, but look at me. My house is still intact. I am still okay. I'm still safe. So let's say that you're not safe. Let's say, God forbid, the roof blows open. Okay? And that moment, you're not safe. In that moment, your fight and flight mechanism or stress response will kick in and take care of things. The fight and flight, without going off the subject, is a natural mechanism. This is science. I'm not going into energy. Well, we are talking about energy, but this is also science that I'm talking about here. The fight and flight is a response system that your body has to stress to take care of yourself during stressful situations. So it's that anxiety and panic that makes you rush, that makes you fight, that makes you flee at the time of danger. So when the roof blows open, you're able to make extra quick decisions. And people say they seem to have superpowers because they do a super jump or they run super fast and they get themselves to safety. That is a common response to a real life-threatening situation. During that time, it is okay for all the systems to kick in, your heartbeat to raise, your stress to raise, for you to start sweating. So these are normal and healthy bodily functions that will keep you safe. Let's say that this happened, you ran into your safe corner of your home, the bathroom. So now you're inside the bathroom. Catch your breath. Begin calming the breath, calming the mind through deep breaths, long and full breaths, right? And do the same exercise of being present. Right now, I'm in the bathroom. I look around and everything is okay. Yes, the roof of my house blew open, but right now in here, I am safe. And I will not fall apart unless something happens in the bathroom, in which case then I will take my next steps. But right now, in the present moment, you are safe. Go back to breathing deep breaths. You'll find that you're gonna have to probably do these things over and over and over and over throughout the time of the hurricane. They say it's gonna last some time, about 2 to 3 days. So you're gonna find yourself putting your bubble over and over, taking deep breaths every now and then, practicing presence every now and then, and that is fine. That is 100% okay. I don't want you to feel guilty or feel bad or shame that you have to do this over again, because you're human and hurricanes are scary. So just forgive yourself for falling into fear all over again. Feel the fear. Feeling it is healthy. It's just not allowing yourself to stay there. So you go back to doing these exercises to help you get out of that. That is actually what is called post-traumatic stress syndrome. You don't get out of the panic. But panic attacks and anxiety have a lot to do with that too. Not realizing that in the present moment you are safe. You might have not been in the past, but the past already happened. It no longer exists. And if you keep bringing the past to your present moment, if you keep bringing the roof blowing open inside the bathroom, then you can't get over a moment that no longer exists. If you keep thinking about the future in a negative way, you're living in a time frame that does not exist. So actually, these exercises are also very good for people with PTSD, with panic attacks and anxiety attacks. So I hope that these tools are able to help you during the hurricane. Share this video with other people so that we could, get these tools out for everyone out there, so it brings some comfort to everyone. So wishing everyone to be safe, but more than anything, to feel safe, feel the vibration of safety, feel peace, or that at the very least you're able to, if you're worried, if you're stressed, if you're fearful, to get yourself out of that energy and go into a more peaceful state. I myself will be practicing these tools. I don't like hurricanes. And even though I know what I know, I'm human and I also stress and worry. So let's be safe, let's feel peaceful, and see you soon. Bye.